All right, can you see the slide?
Yes, sir. Crystal clear.
Okay. Okay, once again, good afternoon, everyone. We'll meet again. Now we are going to continue our session. Still on chapter 1, because we haven't finished the chapter last time, but we will try to finish chapter 1 today. And hopefully next week we can begin discussing chapter 2. Right. If I'm not mistaken, the last time we were discussing the differences between sales and marketing. Right? So it is obvious there are several differences, uh, distinct differences between those two, marketing and sales, and both of them are having their own jobs, their own duties to fulfill. And since we are learning marketing, hence we will focus more on the marketing part instead of learning to do sales. Right. Last time, I think we also discussed about this, the evolution of the marketing. So we know there are changes, right? Before we use traditional, or we call it a conventional marketing ways. Now we use technologies, right? Like smartphones, laptops. Nowadays we can use like wearable devices, as well as the virtual reality devices like Oculus Quest. Maybe some of you have played the virtual reality games, or who are here like to play games, video games. If I remember correctly, some of you like to play video games in our first meeting, right? When I kind of forgot which one of you, but nowadays, because of the advancement of the immersive technologies like virtual reality, augmented realities, mixed realities, and now we call it as metaverse. I think most of you already have heard about metaverse. And now, because of that technologies, marketing is also trying to use that technology to advertise and to do promotion on those devices. If I may ask, is does have you ever tried, maybe some of you have you ever tried the Oculus Quest or some other devices like for virtual reality, if I may ask? Have you ever tried any virtual reality devices?
VR?
Yeah, VR.
Oh yeah, I have.
Oh, able, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, able. Have you had any experiences
Oh
using
yeah.
VR?
I have a headset. I have one.
Oh, you have one. What
Yeah.
kind of device that you have?
It's Oculus.
Oculus Rift, Oculus Quest,
Quest.
Quest 2,
Yeah.
Oculus Quest 2. Oh, okay. Wow. So what kind of did you play games on that, or you use it for something else like watching YouTube or other kind of things?
Well, a bit of both. A bit of both.
Sorry?
A bit of both.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting, and because of that new technologies, I heard many of the businesses they try to expand to the metaverse world, and maybe that's the future of marketing. They will begin to advertise, to do promotion on the metaverse, still in the digital world, but they use the metaverse like virtual realities or other kind of like augmented realities to do digital marketing. And yeah, I think we will see that changes maybe two, 2 or 3 years, 5 years from now, maybe more than that. Yeah, but I think that the trajectory is going that way because of the many technologies that we are using. So as you can see, yellow pages, cold calling, direct mail. Cold calling is still being used. Direct mail, I think, is beginning to be rarely used. Websites, of course, we are using it. Email marketing, we are still using it. A lot of companies also use email marketing, right? And I believe all of you have your own email accounts, and most of the time the companies send you emails, and luckily if you use Gmail, they divide it into several tabs, right? The inbox, they have the promotion, the social, and also the our main email inbox. And I think that's a good idea to divide the tabs into three different kind of uh, types of emails. If the emails are sent from the marketers or the companies, it will automatically be put on the promotion tab. So that we will know that those emails are coming from the marketers. But even though it still is a kind of a old technologies, but they are still using it anyway, and it seems that I kind of feel that it's still effective, and especially for those who are uh, checking email frequently. Like for me, I check my email every like 2 or 3 hours, once every 2 to 3 hours for my Gmail, and also for my another email account, university account, and also a Yahoo and Hotmail account. Right, and often the a lot of promotion emails that I receive, but yeah, it's still being used even though it's old technologies. And of course social networks, we cannot forget about that. And it begins to be used as the main channels to digital marketing. Yeah, because the power of the social medias, which connect us to our friends, to our relatives, and our friends of friends. So they use the networks inside the social medias, and also the interactions, the collaborations between the customers, as well as the interactions with the companies. So with the power of social medias, the digital marketing, uh, I think, is becoming more effective because it can reach into wider networks. If we are talking about marketing, the target markets, the the target markets, we are the customers, are the utmost important. Right? It's very important to have a lot of customers, right? The target customers. The more customers that we have, yeah, the better chances they will buy the product. Then it is our job as a digital marketer to find those users, those customers, as many as possible. And we can use that. We can use social networks to find, to reach the target audience or target customers. Last time we discussed the story of Aqua, long in 1970s, 1980s, yeah, around 1980s, 1990s. Aqua used, of course, there was no internet back then. The computer was also very limited, so they used traditional ways, door-to-door advertising, promotions, and also they use the sponsorships to promote their brands, to educate the brands. And now, as I showed you last time, Aqua used many social medias, or many channels, many IT related medias. Right? They have their own websites, they have their own YouTube channel, they have their own IG and many other things. Right? They really use information technology to build their own online presence, and that is very important for the company nowadays. So we can see not only Aqua, a lot of companies are doing the same thing as Aqua. Right? They try to build their own online presence. Yeah, we call it online presence, so that they are known. The people are aware about this company online. Yeah, because a lot of people are. I mean, they nowadays who are not using internet. Right? Maybe there are some in rural areas, or in far away, like in different, like maybe in Papua or other part of isolated areas in Indonesia. If you are talking in Indonesia, but I think majority of people, they are using internet. If they are using internet, it means they are online, and that's where the people are located, in online world, in digital world. That's why it's so important the company also use their online presence to make it as their tools, right, to promote, to advertise, to market their products to the potential customers. And because of the digital technologies, the information communication technologies, the advancement of the information technologies, it makes the digital marketing happen. Even though nowadays most companies, they use digital marketing, but most companies, they still also use the traditional marketing as well. So they kind of integrate those two. So the digital marketing plus the traditional marketing. So these two will be embedded in the one integrated digital marketing strategy, which will be discussed in chapter chapter 4, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, about digital marketing strategy. So it doesn't mean if a company they use digital marketing, they neglect the traditional marketing entirely. No, it doesn't necessarily mean like that. But the companies nowadays, they try to use both models effectively. So it's kind of like complement each other. Digital marketing plus traditional marketing, because we are still in the physical world, right? We are still here. We are not moving into digital world totally yet. Metaverse is still a term nowadays. I don't know if it will be in like if you have ever watched the Ready Player One or Free Guy, and it's kind of quite far from that, especially the Ready Player One. Any of you have watched Ready Player One, the movie? I believe some of you, or maybe all of you, have watched that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. What do you think about that, Michael? About the movie, the Ready Player One? Do you want to be in that kind of world where people use or they have the two different kind of life, like one in the physical world, another one we have another life in digital world, like in Ready Player One, or we call it as metaverse right now.
I think you can make money out of it. I think it's fine because in Ready Player One, they can make money, right? Real money from it.
Yeah, they
But
can
if
make
it's in now, I think you have to be a professional stuff. I think if you want to get money out of it, but they can grind for it and then they can like get money from it. So I think it's fine if it's that way.
Yeah, I agree with you. But one thing I kind of like scared too, because I don't know who the actual person is. Right? In Ready Player One, they have their own avatar, right? And you don't know whether it's the avatar, the actual person of that avatar is really is a man, women, is old, young. We actually don't know, and there may be a problem. Not until we know the actual person is, and that's what is going to be discussed too in the world of metaverse right now. Yeah, it's kind of still in the hot debate about the avatar, and not to mention about the security and the privacy, and also the data, uh, and also the issue of the social public uh, issues, right? Because we are having two identities, one in the physical world and another in the digital world, and how do you differentiate between them? How about the legal issues, especially in the digital world? Yeah, some stuff, something like that. So a lot of issues in a metaverse, but I think if we are heading into that directions, we can see that clearly from the movie, like the Ready Player One movie. Yeah, it we can see that it may be coming. Right? It can be like that in the future. So the digital marketing will be in that world as well, right? If a lot of companies they move. I read the news this week or and also last week. A lot of companies like banking and some other retail companies, they are moving into metaverse. So the marketing, the digital marketing may also change, right? They change to use the metaverse as their tools to market their product. Okay, moving on to the next one. Right, we have the traditional sales. This is for sales, and we have the traditional digital marketing. In digital marketing, the sales kind of like assisted, right? The sales part will be assisted by the help of the technology. So when we want to buy something, we we can use many websites to buy or even selling something like the Tokopedia, Bukalapak, or a Shopee, and it's kind of like eliminate, yeah, to some extent, the job of the sales job, because it's so easy to buy something right now using the website, using the e-commerce website, or even using the apps. If we want to book a ticket, we just use the Traveloka or ticket.com apps. Before, we couldn't do that. Say 10 to 20 years ago, if we wanted to buy a plane ticket, we had to contact the travel agent and try to ask them to whether the ticket was available or not, and then bought from the travel agent. So it means those travel agents could be considered as sales. But nowadays, technology kind of like cut the sales. So before sales, they make the phone call, they go to the house. I still remember back then when I was like maybe in the elementary school. Some of sales, they came into my house, they knock at the door, and they sold something. They sold many kinds of products, like the household products, vacuum cleaner, or some kind of like doors for the closet, doors for the toilet, something like that. I still remember that. But now, if you want to do that, you want to if you want to buy something, you just use the internet. You use the e-commerce website. You use like Shopee, Tokopedia, or any other similar website to find the stuff, the products that you need. And that's the power of the digital marketing. And of course, it's assisted to the information technologies. If if you recall into like the history of the companies, the technology companies, especially, first we saw at 1994 Amazon.com, right? They in 1994 it was founded by Jeff Bezos, and then in 1995 there was Yahoo, eBay, Alta Vista. Alta Vista, by the way, was a search engine long time ago, like in 1990s. Even Google had not come up yet. Google came in 1998, and there was also Blogger, Alibaba, MySpace, the social network before Facebook, Skype, Second Life. Second Life is kind of like a metaverse version. Actually, metaverse is not the novel idea. Is not new, because we had the Second Life even in 2000s, 2003. Yeah, this is the idea of having the other kind of life. That's why they call it Second Life. And we can like buy the land, we can sell the land, and in Second Life. I've never played Second Life, but I tried to access it for a few moments, and it's kind of like interesting. If you have ever played The Sims, yeah, it's pretty much like that. Now, of course, the history, the company that makes history until even until now, Facebook. It was founded in 2004. YouTube, PayPal, iPhone, Groupon. Groupon, I think we is a company which sells the tickets or voucher, but I think it was closed already. Groupon. Before it was a this kind of like group buying service. We can buy like the tickets or voucher with a cheaper price. Foursquare, it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was acquired by Facebook and Snapchat, Smarting. So all these technologies since 1990s until now, it makes the digital marketing happen. And they are the future, the digital innovations. Yeah, we see the development of mobile apps. Many companies are developing their own mobile apps. They use it to sell, to reach more market, right? To more markets and also to more customers. All right. Now we are moving on to the actual definitions. These definitions is from the book that we use. So the definition of digital marketing is simply achieving marketing objectives through applying digital technologies and media. So we still remember, right, the definition of marketing. Yeah. We have to anticipate, we have to make a customer satisfied, and of course add a profit. And these objectives, similar objective as the general in general marketing, but the difference is we apply digital technologies and media. So there are several components of the digital marketing. The three that are most important are these three. Managing online company presence, as I mentioned previously. So that's the companies or the firm's job, right, to maintain the online company presence in the internet, in the digital world, so that they are known by the users, the customers. And the second thing is about how to make relationship, especially the last long relationship with the customers. And this is the second major issues of digital marketing. We call it as the CRM, customer relationship management. Since we use the internet, then we call it CRM. Yeah, the E here is referring to the word of, because we are using online and internet. So we call it CRM, eCRM. And the third one is the multi-channel marketing, in which we use any possible channels to do digital marketing. So as Aqua, if you remember Aqua, they have their own websites, they have their any social medias. You can check it, their account, and social media account on Facebook, on Instagram, maybe on TikTok. Maybe I haven't checked TikTok whether Aqua is exists or not, but maybe yes. Right? And when company use many channels in doing marketing, yeah, in their marketing, we call it multi-channel marketing. And in digital marketing, of course, we can use a lot of channels, but I think it's still multi-channel marketing is very important and it is also advisable for the company to use multi-channel, but it has to be, however, in order to make the multi-channel marketing effective, they have to have uh, appropriate or well-defined strategy. They have to know, for example, they have to know where their target where their target customers are, or like if they're targeting into high school students or maybe children. Of course, they have to use Instagram or TikTok a lot compared to Facebook, because according to what I read and to research that I read, that Facebook is mostly used by adults, maybe the people with age around 30, 20, around 30 to 50 or 60 years old. Meanwhile, for the IG, Instagram, and TikTok, a lot of like high school students or junior high, even the elementary students, they use those social medias. So in other words, the companies must also uh, do their homework before they decide which channel, which medias that they are going to use. But it's a wise idea to use all channels, but I think it's better to focus on several channel, a few channels that are the most effective. Right? They have to know their target market at first, right? And by doing that, they can use the channel more effectively. So what is digital marketing? Again, yeah, digital marketing is doing marketing of products, services, brands, or people on internet using digital devices like laptops, tablets, and mobile phones. So if, as we can see from the picture, your product details, we advertise using the digital devices, then we promote the our product using the medias, promoting services. So according to the book that we use, there are three types of online media. The first one is own media, second one is paid media, and the third one is earned media. So what is the difference? On media, the example is the company's website, is the medias that are owned by the company. Yeah. It belongs to the company. One easy example is the Aqua's own website. It is called the own media. The blogs, mobile apps that are developed by the company, the social presence. It can be considered as the own media. The second one is paid media. Paid media is when the company pay for the advertising to like Google or to Instagram, to Facebook, or to other affiliate, yeah, to other affiliators or other companies. So we call this as paid media. So advertising, paid search. If the company use SEO, search engine optimization, but using the paid one, yeah, not using the organic, because in SEO we know there are two types: the organic SEO and the paid SEO. If they pay Google, for example, it means they use it can be considered as a paid media. Also, when the company display ads, for example, Aqua, they pay Kompas or thetik.com, yeah, to display their ads on their websites, then it's a paid media. Similar with the affiliate marketing, whereby the company collaborate with other companies to market the product, yeah, on their website or on their or using RSS feed or other kind any means of promotion using the digital medias, then we also consider it as a paid media. Digital signage, yeah, I think nowadays if we go to Jakarta, I don't know in Surabaya, in Jakarta, we kind of see, we call it baliho, right? The big signage, but not digital. But if we go to like in Jakarta, we have Taman Anggrek, yeah, Mall Taman Anggrek. Oh, they have a lot of very big screen, yeah, very big screen for advertising. That's the digital signage in which the company can pay and they can advertise using that big screen, and then a lot of people maybe who are driving the cars outside the mall, then they can see that big screen, and it becomes the paid media because the company pay the mall and or whoever, maybe mall, maybe or maybe other companies, right? A marketing agency, something like that, then they can use it for advertising, and of course company has to pay it. And the last one is earned media. So what it means, so what does it mean, what does earned media means? Earned media is basically when the public relation or the publicity that is earned by the company. So when there are influencers or maybe the customers promote the company to other customers through word of mouth, now we can call it as earned media. The company doesn't pay anything because they can have or they can earn the media freely through the customers, through influencers, through their presence in social networks. Then we call it as earned media. Yeah, and we can see here the overlapping part. Right? When there's a overlapping on media and paid media, we can use content. Yeah, we can focus on the content. We will talk about the importance of the content later in the chapter. And for the overlapping part between paid media and earned media, we can use the paid placement, which means the advertising. Of course, we have to design the advertisement effectively with good designs, eye-catching, right? And so that the people will see our advertising. And the overlapping part between the owned media and earned media is the automation. We call it as the automation of conversation to shared APIs, application programming interfaces, and social widgets. Yeah, social widgets is kind of like widgets. Widgets is something like this. Yeah, usually on smartphone we have a lot of widgets like a weather widgets or the news widgets, and we can use this as a marketing tool as well. And between the own and earned media, yeah, the company can make their own API, application programming interface, to connect the, let's say, the customers to the companies or the influencers. They can build the own maybe some kind of features so that the customers can always be connected in with the company's website. Yeah, for example, like that. So there's a, of course, there's a technology involved here, yeah, for making the APIs, yeah, application programming interface. So digital marketing platforms, of course, laptop, smartphones, tablet, PCs. We use these four. Maybe for PCs is kind of like rare items nowadays. People may like to use laptop more often than PCs. Like me, before I had PCs, but now I like to use laptops more than PCs because of several reasons. PCs is hard to bring with you anywhere. Right? One major thing, one major consideration that why I choose a laptop more than PCs because of the electricity bills. Laptop consumes less electricity than PCs, yeah, especially if you have gaming PCs. For example, like you use high-end graphic cards, let's say RTX 3090, then still you need a lot of powers to run the PCs. Then it can make your electricity bill increased by a lot. If, especially if you turn your PC 24/7. Right? If you're using laptop, the electricity bill, as according to my experience, is not as high as if when I use PCs. And of course, if you use smartphones and tablet, it's even like more. You can save more energy because we use battery a lot. Other than these four, the digital marketing platforms that we usually use, there are several others like digital signage, the kiosks. If we go to Indomart and Alfamart, I think we still can see this kind of smart kiosks, but I don't know whether people are still using it or not, because sometimes we can use our apps. We can use apps just to do whatever we need, or just use the internet to our laptop or our smartphones. But I think they're still providing this kind of kiosks in the mini market. Or if you go to the hotels, maybe 4 stars or 5 stars hotels, maybe some of you may see the kiosks so that you can do self check-in. Other than you go to this counter, to the receptionist counter, that you use the self check-in kiosk. I think in Japan they have this, uh, also in the restaurants as well. They use a kiosk to order, right, the foods in Japan. Oh, by the way, who have ever been to Japan?
Me?
Michael?
Yes.
Are you kiosk there, like to order foods or to buy something in the train station? Maybe I think we use this. If I'm not
Uh,
mistaken,
oh,
kiosk.
yeah, yeah. But not really that.
Yeah, Michael.
Yeah, but not the high tech. I think the in the train station they still using the like the button
Yeah,
one,
old ones.
but the buttons one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was interesting experience, right? Uh, yeah, it depends on the train station. I think if you use the bullet train JR, I think JR is having has more advanced kiosks compared to or the local trains, because in Japan they have a lot of trains, right? They and also not only JR, Japan Railways, they have other kind of companies as well, like Sanyo. Yeah, they have their own trains. They operate their own trains. And when I went to Japan, I think I also saw the uh, more sophisticated kiosks like this. Also in Taiwan. Taiwan, I studied in Taiwan. I stayed in Taiwan for almost 7 years, and I often saw many kiosks like this. Similar, also the digital signage as well. Like if you ever been to Taipei, the capital city of Taiwan, wow, it's so I mean, it's so high tech. Yeah, they use the high technology, a lot of digital signage. Yeah. Also, this one, PlayStation and wearable devices. Yeah, companies can also use this platform to do their digital marketing, like in games, right? Like FIFA, soccer games like FIFA. If you can see inside the games, there are many like sponsored logos, right? Even that the company use it as a way to market, to make their brand known to the customers. They can use uh, other medias as well, like PlayStation or Xbox. Nowadays, we use the virtual reality devices. And I think the Tesco has a different approach, right, when they use this kind of methods, right, in subway, because in South Korea they have the subway, right, the MRT, right? And while the passengers are waiting the train to come, then they may be able to shop through these pictures. Actually, these are the pictures. It's not the actual products, but these are the pictures, and customers can scan the products, through the barcode or QR code, and then the products will be delivered after several, maybe a few hours after the products, after you bought the product. I have the videos here. Okay, I think I forgot to turn the sound yet. Maybe I stop share first, then I share again. Share sound. Ah,
Tesco home
okay, can you hear? Could you hear the sound from the videos?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Plus is number 2 in Korea. Tesco had to overcome one obstacle, a fewer number of stores compared to the number 1 company. Mission: could we become number 1 without increasing the number of stores? Idea: let the store come to people. We created virtual stores. Our first try was subway stations. Although
So they call it virtual stores, and as you can see, these are the pictures.
virtual, the displays were exactly the same as actual stores. Only one thing is different: you use smartphones to shop. Scan the QR code with your phone and the product automatically lands in your online cart. When the online purchase is done, it will be delivered to your door right after you get home. Result: people can shop at Tesco Home Plus wherever they go without having to visit the actual store. Currently, Home Plus has become #1 in the online market and is a very close second offline.
Yeah, and this was quite a long time ago, like 2016. Yeah, so 6 years ago. I don't know whether they're still using it or not, but I think it is a very interesting ideas to use this empty space and use this opportunity while the people, I think maybe during rush hour, I believe a lot of people are waiting. So rather than they waiting and doing nothing, they can buy something from this picture. And that's a brilliant idea. Maybe a MRT in Jakarta can apply this idea as well, right? To get more customers and to get more revenues, right, from this ideas. I think it's very innovative ideas. Okay, that's the example of the platform. So kind of many kinds of platforms that we can use to do digital marketing. Now we will briefly discuss about the we call it as a Scott Brinkers, the creator of this diagram. Scott Brinker's marketing technology landscapes. So as we can see from these pictures, the technology landscapes in digital marketing can be divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 components. The first components, of course, we have to have internet. This is a very vital infrastructure that we have to have. Otherwise, the digital marketing cannot be run or conducted or performed successfully. Yeah, without, I think anything cannot run without the internet nowadays. Just for instance, you want to go to if you want to entering the mall, if you don't have internet, then you cannot scan Peduli Lindungi. Then it is kind of like it depends on the satpam. If the satpam is the security guard is lenient, then you can enter the mall without too much showing the proof whether you already checked in or not. If the security guard is strict, then you cannot go at all. That's if it's without internet, right? Pretty much you cannot do anything. Even this lecture is not possible if there is no internet. And so pretty much our lives now depend on the internet. And the second one on the left is the infrastructure, and this kind of like the hardware, the IT backbone, the infrastructure backbone technology that support the digital marketing. So we are talking about the databases, the big data, yeah, the cloud technologies, the mobile programming, mobile apps, website development. So this part belong to the infrastructure part. So above the infrastructure and internet, we have the marketing backbone platforms. So this is more related to the software. So for if infrastructure, we are talking about the hardware. Yeah, more likely we are talking about the hardware. The marketing backbone platforms, we are referring to the software. So the CRM, customer relationship management, the marketing automation tools, the content management, the CMS. Yeah, if you are familiar with CMS, content management, like uh, WordPress, Joomla, right? Uh, Also e-commerce. Yeah. So e-commerce platform. Yeah. We can develop our e-commerce whether using mobile apps or website, the application. So moving on to the upper part of marketing backbone platforms, we have so-called marketing middleware. So marketing middleware is kind of like, as it is stated in the names, middleware is the middle part. So it's the one that connects the technology part into the front end part. Front end is the marketing experiences, front end are marketing experiences and marketing operations. So marketing middleware may consist of the APIs, the application programming interface, which can integrate or make the different application connect to each other. Right? Also data management, tag management, if they are using, for example, if they're using RFID or QR code or label, yeah, and also identity. And this is marketing middleware part. And above the marketing middleware, there are two important front-end technology landscapes, components. First, marketing experiences. Yeah, if we are talking about the marketing experiences, it's not far from the customer experience, customer satisfaction, digital media channel, which channels that we are using, voice of customers, or word of mouth, in other words, personalization, chat, sales enable, uh, testing and optimization, or SEO. So these are the experiences that are being generated to the customers. And on the right side, we have the marketing operations. Now, this one is the operations part, which include the digital analytics. So if you are familiar with the Google Analytics, then this is our Facebook Analytics. This is where the data from the digital marketing are collected and analyzed. And the dashboard, the asset management, audience, and market data are included in the marketing operations. So these are the components of the technology landscapes. They are used by the digital marketing according to Scott Brinker. And I think these pictures are helping us to better understand the whole landscapes or frameworks that are built that builds the digital marketing infrastructure. So as you can see from the pictures, there are a lot of components, right? Not only one, but these components are interrelated with each other, right? And it's since it is interrelated, all the components must work properly. For instance, if the internet is off, then the other components cannot work. If the middleware is having issues or is having problems, then the marketing backbone platforms cannot connect to these two upper parts. similar to infrastructure. If the databases are broken or databases are offline, then the backbone platforms, middleware, experience marketing operations cannot be ran, or it will be having serious issues. So what are the application of digital marketing? Actually, there are a lot of applications. First, advertising. It's obvious that if we are talking about marketing is not far from the advertising. Yeah, we advertise online. Yeah, and direct response medium. So whenever the customers contact the company, whether through the company's own website or the Facebook or Instagram, the companies can directly respond to our requests. Sales transactions, this is for e-commerce websites in which the customers can directly make transactions to with the companies. Distribution channels, customer service, this is for after sales service, or even if the customers want to ask something about the product, then there will be the staffs who are standby to answer each customer's questions. And of course, the last one is the relationship building medium, which we know, which is known as the CRM, the customer relationship management. And in the relationship building medium, it will be involved communication marketing. A lot of communication marketing must be done so that the relationship building can be performed more effectively, because the relationship between the customers and the company, we want that relationship last long. We don't want a very short relationship which the customers are not loyal to the company. We want to make the customers loyal so that they can always be satisfied with our products, and then if they're satisfied, then they can repeat the purchase. Yeah, we call it the repurchase intention. Right? They have the high repurchase intention, and then they will be our loyal customers. So if they are loyal to the company, it can be meant that the relationship between the customers and the company is going well. And that's the job of marketing as well, right? To build the long-lasting, high-quality relationship with the customers. Actually, we have one chapter discussing about CRM. So I think we will discuss more about that later in the chapter. So now we are moving on to the benefits of digital marketing. I believe you are already familiar with these three terms: identifying, anticipating, and satisfying. So identifying is basically we have to find out what customers needs and wants. Anticipating, it means that the customers can access information and make purchases. We anticipate the customer's needs by providing what they need. We provide the information, we provide the transaction services or features, so that when the customers are interested into certain products and they are willing to buy it, they can just buy it through our website or through mobile apps. And satisfying, and we don't want to just or mere and fulfill what customers need. but we want to make them satisfied. Right? So it's more so we have to do extra efforts, extra jobs to make them more satisfied. So happy customers is satisfied customers, and hopefully if they are satisfied, they may repurchase our products and tell others. So we call it as the advocate, yeah, brand advocate. For example, if I let's say laptop, for laptop, I use Asus brand for my laptop. I always bought Asus because last time I bought other brands like Acer, Lenovo, and other HP, but those brand, I think those laptops other than Asus were broken on the Asus that last long. Then I am satisfied with the Asus brand, so that when I want to upgrade my laptop, so I believe I will choose Asus again. And if you, for example, if you are my friends, then you ask me about what kind of or you want to ask for suggestions or advice from me, yeah, regarding a laptop, the brand of the laptop. Of course, according to my experience, then I highly probably will recommend you Asus brand according to my experience. Because I am satisfied with the brand, then I can recommend that brand, or I'm considered as the advocate. Like I kind of recommend, I influence. Yeah, I have to persuade, yeah, to persuade you to buy the Asus as compared to other models. That's the power of satisfied customers. Right? If you are satisfied with some products, it's highly probable that you may tell others. Right? You may share to others. Oh, this foods, or if you go to the restaurants and you are satisfied with the foods, uh, if like for me, for other example, like when I like to eat in some in certain restaurants, then I feel that the foods are good, the place are great, clean, then I kind of like to share it in on my social medias, either on IG stories or IG feed, or on Facebook. It means I already help the companies, the restaurants indirectly. I share the company. I share to my networks. If I satisfied, if I'm not satisfied, then I may share the negative things about the companies or the restaurant, or any other shops. It can be like that. So I think the satisfaction is one of the most important factors or variables in digital marketing. The satisfied customers is happy customers. Happy customers is more likely to buy products more. Their intention to repurchase is higher, and it is it's highly likely that the customers can share to others. So if they can share the brand or the products to others, then it helps the marketing of that product or the brand. Okay, Internet can be used, this is according to ANSOF, yeah, strategic marketing grid. Internet can be used to achieve 4 strategic directions. So there are 4: market penetration. It means we are selling more products, yeah, in a certain market. Another one is market development. It means we are selling into new geographical markets, selling same products. Yeah. Product developments. It means new products or services delivered through internet. So we focus on the new product development. So we create a new product and we sell it into existing market. And diversification. Diversification is that when we build new product, selling new products, and we also selling the products in the new geographical markets. So this all depends on our strategic marketing, the strategy that we use, whether we want to use penetration development, market development, product development, or diversification. So it also depends on the business strategy of the company as well. Yeah, whether they want to make more products, more new products, or they want to still use more products, but they want to expand to another market. If they want to expand to another market, like Indomie, for example, Indomie is one of the how to say, Indo-food. Indomie is famous in other countries. It's very famous in Nigeria. It's famous also in other countries as well. So, but the product is pretty much similar, right? The Indomie goreng, Indomie ayam bawang. It might mean that they do market development, right? Because they are selling it into new geographical markets, right? In different countries. But Indo-food also trying to make new products as well, right? In Indomie salted egg, Indomie, what else? The newest one, ayam geprek, if not mistaken. Yeah, they're still innovating, yeah, by creating a new products. This is the what we call it as the 5 S's of internet marketing. So they are sell. It means we are selling more through online medias or online channels. The purpose is to grow sales, to make more sales, so that we can earn more revenues. Serve is basically we adding value. We try to give the customers extra benefits, like maybe the guarantee or the bonuses, extra package, like Samsung, right? The newly launched Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. When you buy in right now, I think it's still in pre-order period, or it already passed. I don't know. So when you buy Samsung product, when it's in pre-order period, you can get a lot of stuff like 1 million cashback. You can get like Galaxy earbuds for free and other packages, free, maybe free case and some other things. So we try to add value into the product that we sell. And then speak, it means communicating with the customers, yeah, with the purpose to get closer to the customers. We can create a two-way dialogue through web interactions. Of course, the companies has to be active for example, through forums, through surveys. The other S is save costs. Yeah, we don't need to print anything. We use online websites, we use social medias, and eventually it can reduce some costs. Right? For example, we can reduce staff. We don't need so many cells. Print postage costs, of course, can be reduced. Savings to web self-service. Yeah, we can use the chatbot, AI, artificial intelligence, as to help the customer service. Then we can reduce the manpower of the customer service staff, right? Because we have the sophisticated chatbot which use the artificial intelligence technology that can help the company to deal with the customers' issues. And last one is sizzle. Sizzle, it means we are expanding the brand online. How to achieve this? We can achieve through providing new propositions. It means we create more campaigns, promotions, or discounts, let's say, new offers, new experiences. Yeah, that's the things that we can do to make the brand has more how to say eye-catching, right? People are more preferable. Sorry, people will choose your brand compared to other brand because your brand is interesting to the customers. You are offering interesting propositions to the customers. They feel they are, they can be, yeah, you can make them like your products, yeah, using this CISO thing, because you try to have some interesting offers and a new experience and others things. We can also see the metrics here. Typical objectives, yeah, the objectives of these assets. For example, for the CISO, the objective is to improve branding metrics. So it means we have to improve the our company's brand, brand awareness, brand preferability. So people will have like a more positive attitude toward our brand, and therefore we can increase their purchase intention. Something like this. Okay, I think because of time, I will be faster. Otherwise, we'll never finish this slide. Okay, this figure 1.6, as we can see on this slide, is a summary and examples of transaction alternatives between businesses, customers, and governmental organization. So I think you are familiar. Some of you may be familiar with this term B2C, C2C. Yeah, these are a very famous model in which for the consumer to consumer, or C2C, we can see it on eBay, even in a marketplace such as Topet or Bukalapak. Yeah, some of the vendors are customer. Yeah, when they are also selling it to other customers. Peer-to-peer, blogs, communities, product recommendation, social networks. So when we are selling the products to social medias like Facebook, we can call it as a consumer to consumer. So as long as the seller are not having the big business or they have their own company, they are still the consumer. We can call that as a consumer to consumer. So for business to consumer, it's obvious that the business conduct the consumer conduct the transaction with the business. The seller is a business that have the company, like for example, the Amazon, JDID, Lazada, yeah, Matahari, yeah, is a business. Yeah, when business has a transaction with the customer, then we call it as the business to consumer. And other than these two, there are other things like government to customer to consumers, consumer to business, B2B. Yeah, B2B is also often occur. I mean, is also very famous, similar to C2C and B2C. The difference is that B2B is the business between business. So, for example, if like Petra, your university, Petra needs desks or computers. Yeah, the computers. So when Petra tried to buy computers to certain vendors, since Petra University is a education in education business, and the vendors is also in computer business. When they are making transaction, we can call it as a business to business. Government to business, consumer to government, business to government, and government to government. Yeah, these are the other types that are I think is not that popular as these three, but they are countries that maybe they use this service. For example, like consumer to government, even consumer to government, like I think Jakarta has one application, Clue or something like that. When Ahok was the governors, they have the application. When the for instance the road is broken, then you can report to that app, to the apps, and it will be handled directly by the Jakarta's government. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, for the example for consumer to government. Okay, moving on. Consumer business model. Yeah, we have the electronic commerce, yeah, both financial, informational, electronically mediated transaction between an organization and third party it deals with is according to Shafi 2014. I think we are all familiar with the term e-commerce. It's basically when the business is when we are doing business, or if we are making transactions using electronic ways, yeah, or using internet, yeah, we can call it as e-commerce. Social commerce is a part of e-commerce, since it's linked to a social network sites. That's why we call it as social commerce. And the last one, we have the e-business or digital business. It's kind of like the umbrella term of the whole process in doing business in digital ways, and it's kind of similar to e-commerce but broader in scope. Yeah, because we use digital technology to manage a range of business process. So this is the picture which depicts the e-business site. So as you can see, on the left side is the buy side e-commerce, the right side is the sell side e-commerce. The e-commerce that we usually know, as we know it, yeah, usually is in this side, yeah, in sell side e-commerce. So if we are talking about the e-commerce websites like JDID, Topet, Lazada, Blibli, and others, yeah, usually we consider it as a sell side e-commerce. But if we are taking account into buy side e-commerce, and we use this, or we consider these two all together, then we call this as an e-business. So the e-business, it covers the two sides of e-commerce. So it's broader in scope, because e-business also covers the buy side. Why there are buy side of e-commerce? Because the companies, they need suppliers to supply their products, like Toyota, for example. Toyota needs suppliers, right, to make their cars, the seats, the glass, the engines, and many other small parts. They need to buy it from from their suppliers, and this is covered by the buy side e-commerce. So in other words, when we're talking about the two part altogether, the buy side, which is dealt with the dealing with the suppliers part, then we combine it with the sell side. Then so we are talking about the e-business. So it's broader terms, or we can also call it like e-commerce is part of e-business. Yeah, it's sim is in a more simple way we can say it like that. Yeah. So e-business is a bigger term. So inside the e-business there is a e-commerce as part of the e-business. E-business encompasses the whole activities of the business, including the relationship with the suppliers, right? And e-commerce usually more related to the sell side, which means transactions between the company and the customers. So that's the main difference between the e-business and the e-commerce. So what are the forms of online presence? Yeah, I mentioned in the first slides, a few first slides, the terms online presence. So these are the forms. Transactional e-commerce site. Yeah, I think we already know about this. So the websites is enable us to purchase the products online, and then services oriented relationship building website. So this website is a special or specific website which focuses on the relationship building only, and the products are typically cannot be sold, or we cannot purchase it online because it's different than the transactional e-commerce site. Brand building site is an online experience of the brand, portal, or media site. Yeah, for example, is the Google Shop. Yeah, or before we have Yahoo. It's kind of like portal, portal to buy something. And of course, the social network or community site like Facebook Marketplace or eBay, like or other kind of community website. Okay, challenges in digital marketing. According to Smart Insights, there are several challenges. The planning. Yeah. Most of companies, they don't have well-defined digital plan or strategy, and also the issues of organizational policies, since most companies, they also don't have a well-defined performance improvement process, yeah, regarding the digital marketing. And then the issue of the integration of digital channels into marketing. Yeah. And the last one is about the money, the budget, the cost spent in doing digital marketing. So ROI, is there anyone knows what ROI stands for? Anyone? What is ROI? Have you taken any financial related course?
Return on interest or something?
Sorry?
Return on investment or something?
Return on investment.
Right. Return on investment evaluation. This is very, very important. Why? Because this is mostly, it is not rare that the companies has big issues in ROI because they just spend the money. They spend the money, they spend a lot of money in digital marketing, but they don't have enough ROI. In other words, their investment in doing marketing is a loss. Yeah, is not making any returns, not to mention profit, doesn't make any return. Return mean maybe we can call it as a break even. Break even if you are familiar with the terms break even, right? When we, for example, when we try to make a business, so we spend, for example, 1 million rupiah to make the business, and then we gain profit after we do the business for several for a few years, for example, and then we gain profit 1 million, right? So 1 million, it means it's a break even, so no profit actually. Yeah, no profit, because the cost that we spend is similar to what we earn. Yeah, it's similar to what we have in return. 1 million is break even. So if we get more than what we spend, then we can have profit. So return on investment, it must be done correctly, so that the company can make the more appropriate way or more systematic way to spend their money wisely, especially in doing digital marketing, because it can happen like the company spend like millions, maybe billions, yeah, billions, billions in digital marketing, but they don't have any returns because they don't have the good ROI evaluation. They just know spending the money, but they didn't really analyze or evaluate their ROI. I think we will get back to this evaluation later in the chapter, yeah, about the budgeting, yeah, about the budgeting of the digital marketing. Yeah, the other one is 7S. Yeah, 7S, the abbreviate this consists of strategy. Of course, we have to have a digital marketing strategy so that we can run or perform our digital marketing in more correct way. We have the guideline, we have the guidance. Since we have the strategy, the other S is the structure. It is related to the organizational structure of the company, which supporting the digital marketing efforts. And the systems is the whole system that support the digital marketing. The staff, the marketing staff who knows how to do digital marketing. The style, style is more related to the organizational cultures, the goals, and also the leadership styles. These are considered belongs to the style part. The skills, it's related to the staff. We want to have the staff with the good skills to perform or to conduct digital marketing. And superordinate goals. This is also very important. It's basically the support of top management team. Top management team may consist of CEO, maybe general manager, or other kind, or COO, chief operation officer, chief financial officers. So the people on the top. So the people on the top must support the digital marketing efforts. They have to know the value of digital marketing. They need also to know that the digital marketing is also expensive. Right? They cannot just say that, okay, you just do digital marketing, I only provide you with certain budgets, and then you have to do it successfully. No, it cannot be like that. We have to have like the clear, well-defined strategy with appropriate and also well-defined financial evaluation, especially the ROI that we discussed earlier. The superordinate has to know what their goals are, and they have to fully support the companies in doing the digital marketing. So in other words, we have to have the support, from the top management team. If we don't have any support from them, then yeah, the company may not be able to perform or do the digital marketing that well, because everything is kind of like related with the higher level strategy. Like in this figure 1.9, we call it as the generic digital marketing strategy development process. So we all begin with the defining the online opportunity. So this consists of the four components: the business objectives. So what the business objectives are, the purpose of the business, their vision, their missions, their objectives, how they're doing their objectives. So we have to know about that. Then we can derive this objective into this marketing objectives, in which the set of marketing objectives, we can also evaluate and assess the environment. Then the second part is how to select the appropriate, the correct strategic approach. And this part, we have to define the marketing strategies. We have to define the communication, how we communicate with the customers. And this is also important, customer value proposition, which we also discuss in later chapter in detail. And the last one is the action part. After we select, we actually have to do the strategy. We implement the strategy. We deliver the results. So we implement the plan. We execute. We implement. And the last thing that we have to do, that we should do, is the evaluation. We measure and do some improvements. For this figure 1.9, we will discuss this in very detailed ways in chapter 4. Chapter 4, we will have some detailed discussions on digital marketing strategies, and we will go back to these figures later on in chapter 4. So digital marketing communications, according to these pictures, we are dealing with digital marketing. A lot of stuffs are involved, right? Organic search, social media, data mining, Google Analytics, SEO, and so on and so forth. So actually, 2 credits are not enough to study the whole digital marketing. Right? I think I mentioned to you last time in UPH, digital marketing course is a 4 credits course. So 4 SKS. 4 SKS means almost 4 hours every meeting. Right? Not to mention, sometimes we have the additional meetings, like attending seminar, attending webinars, and also some kind of technical training, like how to do SEO, how to operate the Google Analytics or something like that. So it's a very comprehensive course. If we really want to know digital marketing from A to Z, I mean the whole one. But I think in this 2 credits course, we can only like touch the introduction part of digital marketing, which is okay, as at least you know the basics of and fundamental concept so as well as the theory of the digital marketing. And for the rest of the materials, actually you can study by yourself, right? You can watch the YouTube videos, you can attend the Udemy, Coursera. Yeah, I noticed a lot of digital marketing courses there. Yeah, you can make advantage of your time while you are still in the college, right? To take as many courses as possible, since you have yeah, pretty much more time. I mean, compared to the people who are already working in the company, they, I think majority of them, they have less time because they are too busy in their works. Like even especially for those who are working in the IT departments. I had myself experience working in the IT department back then, even though it was only an internship, but I could feel that the pressure. I had to work for long hours, even sometimes in 9, 10 p.m., sometimes 11 p.m. I was still in the office to deal with the with the IT support stuff, and it's very time consuming. So I have a very strong suggestions to all of you. Since you have more time while you are in college, you can learn whatever you want outside from the universities, right? You can take a course, online courses, right? You can learn by yourself. A lot of materials are free, right? Even though you don't need to pay, right? Just use the pirated ones, code. You can learn a lot. Yeah, but I don't recommend the pirated ones. Right? If you are able to buy, then you buy it. But if you are have issues with the money, then yeah, you can find another way to get the knowledge that you need. Okay, moving on. We are in slide 37. Okay. Using digital media channels to support business objective, the Smart Insight develop a RACE. So what are RACE? RACE is an abbreviation of reach, act, convert, and engage. Reach, it means that we have to build the awareness of a brand. The act, we have to engage audience with the brand. Convert, we have to do conversion. Convert means this is very important terms in digital marketing, not only in digital marketing, in marketing as well. So the conversion is kind of like how to say, super important words. Conversion is the sales, is transactions. It doesn't matter if you do a lot of marketing efforts, right? You do a lot of advertisings, you already join any sponsorships in many events, but if you don't have conversion, it is not useful. It means what? You don't have any monies, you don't generate any sales, you don't have revenues, you don't have profits. So convert is so important. So it can also be your kind of like the indicator whether your digital marketing campaigns or digital marketing uh, uh, efforts success or not, by looking at how many leads, especially sales, how many sales that you can generate. So this is the heart, actually, I mean the key, the golden key. Maybe I can say that way. The golden key of the whole digital marketing process is the conversion. Of course, in order to arrive at conversion, we have to do a lot of things first. Like we have to do build awareness. We have to educate people. We have to do engage. We have to have like make the people or the users, the customers engage, and then hopefully they can generate the leads. So what leads means? Leads is basically when the people are interested with your products or service. Then the higher the leads, the higher probability that they will buy the product. It means if they buy the products, there is sales. If there is sales, there is revenue. If there's revenue, there is profit. And those profit is, yeah, can be yeah, that's the heart of the company, right? Profit, revenues. Otherwise, how can the company survive without any money from the customers? Yeah, 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 as simple as that. And the last one is engage. So you want to retain the customers. Yeah, retention. You want to build the customers so that they can keep buying, keep purchasing from your company. And then it leads to brand, leads to satisfaction, it leads to loyalty and advocacy and other things. And this is the details of the reach. You can read by yourself. Okay, website and social presence. There are 6 categories of e-communication tools or media channels. Yeah, there are search, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, search marketing. I think we will discuss this one by one in later chapter. Online public relation, online partnership. Yeah, you can see there is a different color here, the blue one and then the purple one. This is blue. Yeah. So just this color, the offline communication, it means that the company is still using the conventional or traditional marketing combined with the digital marketing. They have like social media marketing, email, interactive ads, and so on and so forth. Social media, yeah, of course. This is a very important channel for marketers, for them to market their products in digitally. And social media is more than social networks because there are some other websites as well. We can call them as a social media, like social commenting in blogs. We can call it as a social media, social niche communities. For example, the Harley Davidson communities is a niche communities. It is very small communities and very specific. Social knowledge, social streaming, YouTube, social customer service, social commerce, and so on and so forth. Yeah. Who here like to drink this kind of drink? That is in Surabaya. Do you have this brand, Tiger Sugar?
Yes, it's quite new here, I
Quite
guess.
new. Oh yeah. Yeah, they are very famous in Hong Kong. This brand is from Hong Kong, right? And they kind of like viral a few years ago. Right? A lot of people like to drink boba, yeah, brown sugar boba. It was a viral marketing back then. I think 2 or 3 years ago. And nowadays, Sing Putang, do you have it in Surabaya? I believe you have it, right? Yeah, Sing Putang. Sing Putang is the brand from Taiwan. Yeah, it's also very. The first time they opened in Jakarta, the queue was wow, like 5 hours Yeah, if you follow the food vlogger, food YouTuber, they queued for several hours, yeah, just for try this boba from Sing Futang. Who likes to drink boba here? Maybe girls, Rifina,
I quite enjoy Sin Futang. Yes.
Oh, so if you were if you if I ask you the brand like Sing Futang, we also have like Chat Time, what else? You name it, like which brand you
Quickly, I don't
prefer?
know.
Sorry, Stefano.
Quickly is they sell boba too. You know, quickly.
Quick tea. I think I never heard it. So it's famous in Surabaya.
Um, yes,
Hmm,
I think it's quite famous.
okay. So what makes you like quick tea than other brand
Um,
that makes you like
I don't know. I like their milk. It's
order milk?
very creamy. Yes.
Oh, Singputang, the milks that Singputang uses also very creamy.
No, no. I like Sinfutang. Milk actually.
Oh, okay.
Sinfutang's milk
So the
is
product.
the creamiest one. I think it's the best.
Yeah, right. I agree with you.
Yes,
And
indeed.
also the Singputang, the price is kind of expensive. I think 40,000 right now.
Yeah, for
Very
drink it's expensive. You can get like a plate of penyetan in Surabaya for
yeah.
that money. But it's worth the, once in a while. I mean, if we keep drinking it like once a week, diabetes is coming really soon then.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Uh, when it was the first time Singputang opened its stores in, I think it's in Jakarta, the first store. I forgot in which mall. Uh, Maybe one mall in Jakarta. I read the news that people were willing to queue for almost 5 hours. Oh, I think that was crazy. You want to just you queued for 5 hours just only to buy a drink, and the campaign was successful. And then it's kind of like maybe, yeah, it was viral at the time, and the word of mouth made it more viral. Of like food vloggers, the influencers, they came, tried the products, tried the drinks, and it became more viral. But now, due to COVID, I think it's no longer the queue. It was no longer long. Uh, I guess, yeah, at least in more nearby my house, is the queue is kind of like not as long as the when they first opened. I think due to pandemic as well. But personally, Simputang, I also like. Yeah, same as Stefano. I like the milk. Yeah, they have the good product, and of course they have the good brand image. It's famous in Taiwan, but when I was in Taiwan, I actually, to be honest, I've never heard Sing Futang. I believe it was new. Yeah, there is another brand that is famous in Taiwan, and they claim it was the first store in which they kind of invented the boba drink. Yeah, I forgot the name of the store. The first, maybe I need to the first boba drink. chun shui tang. Yeah, this one. Chun shui tang. Oh, maybe I choose the picture. Shui tang. Yeah, you will if you have the opportunity, or maybe later in the future, if you are visiting Taiwan, you can try this tea shop. Chun Shui Tang is, I think it's more delicious than Sing Fu Tang. You should try it. And of course, the price is pricey as well, but I think it's worth it. It's worth trying. And because of the history, yeah, they claim they invented the boba tree. Sorry, boba drink. Yeah. So the name Chun Shui Tang Renwen Chap one. All right, about fire marketing. This is the almost the last one. Yeah. Have you ever watched this man? Odading Mang Oleh.
Yes.
Oh, right. It's a phenomenon at that time. It's weird. How come only short videos with they didn't he didn't use any kind of technologies. He just shouted out loud using the harsh words in Sundanese, but it could be viral. He basically promote the odading. Odading is like kue bantal or cakwe. You have odad. Do you have cakwe and odading in Surabaya as well, right?
We call it roti goreng and cakwe.
Oh, really? Kue bantal, you call it roti goreng.
Yes, it's basically the same thing.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
By the way, I like ote ote.
Oh, you like ote ote? Yeah.
Sometimes when I visited, when I visit Surabaya, I really want to eat ote ote. from the oyster, right? Ote.
Oh, ote ote, like you mean the ote ote porong, like
Yeah, that one.
yeah. It's we have two different kinds of ote ote actually. It's like I think in Jakarta they call it bakwan. You know, bakwan. The one is like
Okay.
fried. It's basically fried flour, right? It's just it's a mixture of flour and a bit of maybe a bit of meat of somehow like minced meat, but it's basically bakwan in Jakarta is ote ote in Surabaya,
Yeah.
in most
Oh,
Eastern Java.
I just knew
Yes.
that. So bakwan is we call ote ote. Bakwan is in Surabaya. We call it ote ote. Yeah? Oh.
Yes. So that one time in Surabaya, bakwan is like meatball. So we have bakso and we have bakwan. Usually bakwan is made out of pork.
Yeah.
Pork meat, and we have here the menu is mie bakwan, right? The noodle and the meatball. In Jakarta, when I ordered mie bakwan, they don't understand because they thought bakwan that I meant is the fried bakwan. So,
Oh, I see.
yeah.
Just different name. They use different name. Oh yeah, when I think I also like to eat the cakwe in Pasar Atom. Atom or Atom? Atom.
Yeah, it's this atom is the same.
Atom. Yeah, in first floor, at the back side of Pasar Atom, there is one stall selling cakwe, very famous, very crowded. Yeah, I tried once think it was very delicious. Cakwe.
Yes, I think it's a cakwe paneleh. It's the
Paneleh, yeah, paneleh.
yeah paneleh. It's the one.
Okay, it reminds me. So I think I really want to visit Surabaya again after the pandemic is maybe not over. Is maybe is still uh, uh, yeah. Just wait until the situation is more conducive. Yeah. If for now it's still dangerous to go anywhere because the cases are still increasing, but who knows, maybe 2 or 3 months later the case are decreasing, then I can travel going to Surabaya to visit all of you. Okay, we still have, actually my time is running out. So viral marketing, yeah, I think as the name suggests, is viral. Is like this one is nobody actually. Yeah, they can he could be famous, right? Only in this video. And on the right side, do you know who he is? Is the next Carlos, right? Few in 2020, 2 years ago, there was a food that was suddenly going viral. We call it pangsit goreng. Yeah, this one. The pangsit goreng. I forgot the name. The pangsit goreng. They use the influencer, right? And suddenly this place was became very famous. A lot of people bought, and a lot of, I mean, long queues, right? Because of Next Carlos and other food vloggers. They visited the stores and they tried the foods there, and became viral. I think I skipped this one. This is basically the evolution of the web technologies. Nowadays, we are in the transition between the web, we are in the web 3.0, and we are beginning to move to web 4.0, in which the more intelligent, actually is AI, is more focused on AI-based technology, artificial intelligence, and also semantic web. That's the technology terms. Benefits of digital media: interactive, intelligence. We can collect marketing research. We can do personalization. We can integrate many other marketing communications, and there's some restructuring of the industry, and is independence of location, right? We don't care about any geographical location, because due to internet we can reach any market we want in the world. So the figure 1.13 is the communication models for traditional media. So the traditional media, where the company used the push method, in which they are pushing the material, push the materials to the customers, like a TV, print, newspaper, radio. Direct mail communication is a push method, right? And the customers cannot have the two-way interactions with the company. But it's different than the traditional. The digital marketing, we use both methods, pull and push, and we have the intelligence, and the communication between the company and customer are interactive. Thus is a two-way feedback between the company and customer. So for the push and pull, what's the difference between push and pull? The push is easy to explain. So when the company just push the materials, push the content to the customers, customers just receive it from the company, receive the materials, the contents. But pull is usually the company provide the necessary information about the product, about the brand, right? And then the customer will pull the information when they need it. So that's the understanding of the pull method. So it's from the customer side. When they want to buy something, the company already provide the information needed by the customer, and then the customer just need to pull the information. They search from the Google, right, from the search engine, they search from the website, and then the customer will pull the information to do to know something about the product, or they buy the product. They can buy the product, and the interaction is two ways, right? Feedback. Okay, for the first picture is the summary of degree of individualization for traditional media and new media. So the first one, the company can only send one single message to each customer, like TV, right? Advertising. So the advertising is the same for all customers, for all viewers. Right? But for digital marketing, we can personalize. Yeah, we can use the personalized method, which each customer can receive different content or different materials from the company. And it's two-way interaction. The customers can contact the company, communicate with the company. Customers can also not only communicate with the company, but they also can communicate with other customers as well. So in figure 1.15 on the book, so the company, when the company can connect to customers through many medias like intermediary, like marketplace, for example, Topet, right? Shopee as an intermediary. Right? A lot of companies, they have an official account in Topet, right? And Shopee too. They sell their product, they are selling their product through the intermediary. And they have company can also communicate with web, email, phone, email, and even in person if necessary. So these are the challenges of digital communications. Even though there are many advantages of digital communication, there are still some challenges. First of all, it's a complexity, yeah, because personalization is kind of like complex. Since we have to know each customer preference, and it's not an easy task to do it. Next one, responding to competitors. Yeah, is because digital marketing is widely available to any companies. Even though our companies use digital marketing, it doesn't mean our competitors cannot use the same digital marketing. So when competitors has moved, or they have their own digital marketing strategy, then we have to respond to their strategy so that we can win the competition. We need to change the approach by following or monitoring what the competitor has been doing. Responding to changes in technology and marketing platform, and this is also very challenging because technology is always changing, right? And it's always the advancing of technologies is very rapid, and we have to keep up to date with the most up-to-date technology and the most innovation in using the technology, like VR, right? Everyone, if someday is when the metaverse is going to be the booming, right? And a lot of people are using metaverse, then the company has to be on the metaverse as well, right? Because that's the people there their customers are there, then they have also need to keep up the changes in the technology. The cost, can be very high, and attention, not everyone will view the paid advertising. There are 3 key communication concepts for digital marketing. Customer engagement, in which the customers will do the repeated interactions, which strengthen the emotional, psychological, physical investment a customer has in a brand. And there's also the term of permission marketing, which the company will seek the customer permission before they do the further marketing effort to that customer. And content marketing. This is actually, I think, one of the most important factor too, right? Aside from the budget that I mentioned before. The content marketing, nowadays, we know YouTuber, TikTokers, Celebgram, they are expert. They are expert in making good content. Similar to marketing, we have to have good content, exceptional and compelling content through dynamic, rich media and interactions. I have 2 examples here. I think because of time, I will show you one example, which I think is very. I think I'm very touched with the content of this advertising. Okay, before we call it off for today, we can see together, we can watch the content marketing, which I think is very interesting and also emotional for me, at least. I don't know, we can watch together. Okay. Is only 3 minutes, so after this we can finish the class.
Ini gambaran pria idaman zaman sekarang, tapi kenyataan berkata lain buat saya. Saya Iksan dan saya hanyalah seorang supir.
Saya baru terima email.
Sudah 1 tahun saya bekerja di keluarga ini, dan banyak kisah yang muncul di setiap perjalanan saya.
Paling gue dijemputnya telat lagi.
San, si Ibu arisan di mana lagi sih? Kok saya nggak pernah tahu ya?
San, Papa tuh punya selingkuhannya? Atau punya pacar baru?
Baik, San. Aku sebel banget sama Mama sama Papa. Mereka kayaknya nggak peduli deh sama aku.
Saya merasa tidak dihargain seperti begini.
Habis kayaknya nggak cinta lagi sama saya.
Mau aku pulang kapan, kek? Makan apa, kek? Pergi kemana, kek?
Kalau si Ade punya pacar baru, San?
Wajar kan kalau saya bertanya seperti itu. Duh, kok ini belum dibenerin? Ayo jalan, San.
Baik, Pak.
Taksi!
Bu,
Loh, San? Kamu ngapain kesini?
tadi Bapak yang suruh saya jemput Ibu.
Loh, San, itu bunga dari siapa?
Oh, itu dari Bapak, Bu.
Pak Iksan, kok tumben on time?
Iya, tadi Bapak telepon, suruh jemput. Itu dari Ibu, katanya buat adik. Loh, kok malah difoto? Buat saya, merubah hal kecil akan membawa perubahan yang besar tanpa melihat siapa kita. Ya, walaupun saya hanya seorang supir.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's a good. It's a advertising, obviously. It's Nissan's advertising in 2015 for celebrating the Valentine's Day. Personally, I would think this is good. The content is good. So, yeah, hopefully you enjoy, and maybe in the future you want to deal with the handle the digital marketing. You have to have a good content. Okay, I read from the class. You have another class. I'm sorry to take your time because otherwise we will not finish the material. Okay, yeah, we can continue to discussing the next chapter, the chapter 2 next week. Yeah, thank you so much for joining. Okay, Michael, Stefano, Lilian, Darin were still here. Yeah, enjoy your night. For those who have another class, yeah, so I hope you can continue your class well. Right, we again thank you so much. We meet again next week for discussing another chapter.
Okay. Okay, so
Thank you so much, Mr. Andre. See you next week. Have a great
See you
night.
next week.
Bye-bye.
Mr. Andre,
Yeah, Darren.
for today, what is the topic?
Sorry,
What is the topic
for what?
for today? For today class, what is the topic?
Oh, the name of the topic. You can call it introducing digital marketing part 2.
So the previous is the part 1
Yeah,
and
part
today
1.
is the part 2.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Actually,
Okay. Thank you, sir.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Bye bye, Darren. Thank you.
Okay. See you next week.
See you.
Have a nice weekend.
Yeah. Have a nice weekend too.